You ever have that feeling you're putting in all the work, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, but you still feel like you're just stuck? Like you're pushing against a wall and it just won't budge? It is one of the most frustrating feelings, isn't it? It can make you feel so discouraged, maybe even a little trapped. You feel like you're running on a treadmill, you're getting tired, but the scenery never, ever changes. So, what is going on here? Well, some thinkers have described this feeling as a consciousness that's basically become a dammed up stream. All the potential, all the water is right there, but because it isn't moving, it just becomes stagnant. So the problem isn't a lack of effort on your part, it's a lack of circulation. So, how do we get things moving again? Let's explore a really powerful and I think very practical principle for creating that flow. This isn't about trying harder, it's about seeing things in a completely new way. The whole thing starts with what folks like Ralph Waldo Trine called the law of circulation. And it begins by totally redefining a word we all think we know: giving. For just a second, I want you to forget everything you think that word means. Okay, so here's the big shift. Giving isn't about losing something. It's the act of opening a channel, allowing energy and value and goodwill to move through you. You become a conduit for life, not just a container trying to hold on to everything. You can really see the two mindsets side by side here. The common view says life is a zero-sum game. If I give you something, I have less. It leads to this closed fist approach to life. But the flow principle sees it totally differently. A closed hand can't receive anything, right? By letting things flow out, you're actually making space for new things to flow in. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, but if I just give everything away, won't I just burn out and have nothing left for myself? And that is an absolutely crucial question. This is not about becoming a doormat. This is about wise, healthy giving. And there's a huge difference between contribution and self-erasure. See, healthy giving comes from a sense of your own fullness, your skills, your kindness, your attention. It actually energizes you. Unhealthy giving, on the other hand, comes from a place of fear or obligation, and that just drains you. The whole key is to contribute from your fullness, not from your emptiness. So we've talked about what healthy giving looks like. Now let's flip it around and look at the other side. What happens when we just refuse to let anything flow? This is what we can call the stagnation trap. Trine's point was that when we try to hoard everything, our time, our energy, our knowledge, our world actually gets smaller. We end up cutting ourselves off from the bigger currents of life. And this withholding, it doesn't create security. It just breeds resentment and isolation. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in your day-to-day life? Let's get really concrete with 3 examples of how to create this flow in the real world. First up, the workplace. This is an area that can so often feel competitive and zero-sum, which actually makes it the perfect place to start practicing this idea of circulation. Think about it. When you share credit for a team's success, it doesn't diminish your role, it actually amplifies the positive energy for everyone. Taking 10 minutes to mentor someone doesn't drain your expertise, it reinforces it. These are really small acts, but they completely shift the dynamic from hoarding and competing to collaboration and flow. All right, next, let's look at our personal relationships. This is an area where emotional stagnation can really take hold if we're not paying attention. In our relationships, a lot of the time, giving just means offering your full, undivided attention. It's honestly one of the most valuable things we have. When you put your phone away and you truly listen to someone, you are creating this powerful current of connection and respect. You're circulating goodwill. And that costs nothing, but it creates incredible value. And finally, let's tie this whole idea to personal growth and our habits, because that's often where we feel the most stuck of all. So the idea here is to stop focusing so much on the outcome you want and instead start focusing on the person you want to become. Each small action you take isn't just a task you have to check off a list, it's you actively giving life and energy to that new identity. You're circulating belief into who you are becoming, and that's what makes the change stick. The habits start to flow naturally instead of feeling like a constant battle. So to make this something you can use right away, here's a super simple practice you can do today. We'll just call it the circulation reset. It really is that simple. Just find one area that feels stuck, your job, a friendship, your health, then pick one small act of contribution. But here's the most important part. Step 4. You have to let go of the outcome. You have to release any expectation of getting something back.
This makes sure it's a real active circulation, not some kind of hidden transaction. You're just trying to get the current moving. So if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's this. This is not about self-sacrifice or emptying your cup for everyone else. It's a huge mindset shift. It's realizing that you're not some limited, isolated container. You're actually connected to an inexhaustible source of energy and creativity and goodwill. Your only job is to keep the channel open.
So I'll leave you with this question to just kind of mull over. Forget about forcing things or pushing harder. Instead, just look around you. What's one small current of kindness or knowledge or positive energy that you could join in on right now? Give it a try and just see what happens.
In our next one, we're going to explore another powerful idea. And if you found this one helpful, be sure to check out the full playlist. We've got more of these timeless concepts all made practical for today. Thanks for joining me.